Today we are starting part 2 of the 4-part series about eradicating the toxins in our body, especially as women. Once again, if you go back to part 1 of this series, I go through 3 things that you can do to lessen the toxins in your life. But I mentioned that this series is for women only, so this is a continuation of that vein, and this is part 2 of the 4-part series. So today I'm talking specifically about the toxicity of birth control and alternatively how you can use the Fertility Awareness Method as a way to prevent pregnancy if that's your goal without the hormonal damage and the physical damage that birth control can have on the woman's body. There's a lot that I could say about this, but I just want to make it really quick, something that can just get you started on the path to researching this, path to better understanding this. There's just not enough known about birth control. We haven't really had it around long enough to see a real scientific study on how long-term effects of birth control usage changes a person's body. Now, there are plenty of people out there that definitely see a correlation between the use of birth control and the prevalency of birth control and the prevalency of cancer and also other problems in women, especially related to hormonal imbalances. And that's because birth control is meant to stop the ovulation process. So the menstrual cycle is a cycle that happens in women naturally. It's something that our bodies were made to do. And part of that cycle is ovulating or creating an egg. One of the things that happens when a woman ovulates is she starts releasing progesterone. Now, when a body doesn't have a sperm that has linked with the egg, and so therefore there's not a fetus forming in the body, progesterone would be used to thicken the lining of the uterus to help the baby survive, help the baby get the nutrients it needs. But if there is no baby to do that for, then the progesterone, once it runs out, your body has a period. When you're using birth control, you stop your body from ovulating, so you never get that progesterone released, putting these foreign drugs into your body, and now your body is stopping a process that's supposed to be natural. And when women take birth control, they usually take it for years. And then they get off birth control and 2 things happen. Once they get off birth control, a lot of women want to have children. And at this point, your body's been very challenged hormonally. So we have a ton of fertility problems. Women can't have babies or they have a lot of trouble producing a child. And that's often because of the birth control process. Another issue that comes up is tumors, because tumors are caused by hormonal imbalances or acidic pH level. And if our levels are not correct in our system, that's what makes cancer. If you can keep your hormones at the right level, you are going to have a healthier lifestyle, and birth control flies in direct opposition to that mindset or that framework. Birth control can cause increased blood clots, strokes, breast cancer, irregular spotting, severe pelvic inflammatory disease, uterine perforation, heavy and crampy periods, urinary tract infections, cervical inflammation, allergic reactions. I realize that there are women who take birth control for reasons besides preventing pregnancy. And for those reasons, whether it's skin issues, whether it's irregular periods, whatever it is, I believe that those issues can be helped or can be cured by other treatment plans besides using birth control. So I don't have those for you here. That will be something you have to research on your own. But as far as pregnancy is concerned, if preventing pregnancy is really your main concern, taking charge of your fertility, and it's an amazing book. Even if you just want to better understand the female organs and how the menstrual cycle happens, it has helped me really understand my body. I know now when I'm going to get my period. I know when I'm ovulating. I know exactly what's happening in my body, and it's made me so self-aware. 2 main things. You're taking your temperature every morning and you're checking your cervical fluid. So based on those 2 things, your temperature and your cervical fluid, you can determine what stage of your menstrual cycle you're at. As it would be, our bodies as a woman, we're only able to get pregnant about 5 days, maybe give or take a day or two, but really maybe we're really fertile like 1 or 2 days, but then we have a couple days on either side of that fertility window that we can get pregnant. If pregnancy is your concern, you can stay abstinent for that week, you can use a condom for that week, there's lots of different options that are physical barriers for getting pregnant, but really it's only about a week that you have to worry about that. Otherwise, you don't have to worry about it because you have started to understand your rhythm and your natural cycle, and once you have that down, you don't have to worry about getting pregnant any of the other days of the month. I've been married for 5 months now, and I've been using the Fertility Awareness Method, and so far I am not pregnant. And second of all, I really feel like I understand my body. I really feel like I'm clued in, I understand the cycle, and it's just really interesting to watch how intricate the details can be and how awesome our bodies are. Our bodies are really amazing, especially women's bodies. They're extra cool. If you want to do any more research on this, I'm going to include some links in my show notes. So check out the links below if you want to see any of the doctors talking about this that I found influential. Suzanne Somers is actually somebody who writes a couple great books about toxicity levels and hormones in women. This is, once again, part 2 of a 4-part series, and I'm just reminding you, if you can, get off birth control, and if you're worried about pregnancy, start using the Taking Charge of Your Fertility or the Fertility Awareness Method. It's amazing, and I feel like you will be very blessed by the experience, and you'll be healthier for not putting those drugs into your body. So hopefully this helped you out, helped you better understand it, and once again, if you have more questions on the Fertility Awareness Method or the toxicity of birth control, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to get back to you. So have a great day. Continue to live abundantly.